Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for quarter 2 of 2024, April through June. We're going to jump right in here. You have this card that says believe in the impossible, and you also have this card that says the end of a tough cycle approaches. So I like to see that. Definitely improvements coming in for you. I feel like most of your problems have probably been with other people anyway. Here you go, right here, devil. Exactly what I was saying. Just based off your astrology, it seems to me like, a lot of your problems are probably personnel problems, as in like the people in your life or the people around you. So, again, I think that a lot of you could be ending cycles with, toxic people, but it doesn't even have to be that dramatic, right? It could just say that you're paying attention to who you're surrounding yourself with, and you're making sure to surround yourself with people who make you feel like this, not this, right here. So, I think maybe you're just paying a little bit more attention to where you invest your energy, like who you give what to and who you give attention to and all that other stuff. And, again, obviously this is a good thing. This is obviously going to lead to better energy. Again, when we start to respect our own energy, then we, kind of attract better things into our lives. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on here. So I definitely like to see that. But let's see where this is going for you, Sagittarius. You have the Knight of Pentacles here, the Devil, and the Queen of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of planting seeds and putting the work in. He is standing in front of these fields here, and he's not moving. He's not making any moves. So he's the only knight in the tarot that's not making a move towards something. And I feel like it's time for you to make a move or plant seeds in a new field, basically. So if you're thinking about making any changes in your life, like work changes or even like a relationship change or whatever, like now would be the time with this energy. You have the Devil. Like I said, I really don't feel much here. Other than what I already said, I feel that some of you, like a lot of your problems, maybe have been with people in your life. These could be like people that you work with, friends, family members, all sorts of stuff. And I kind of feel like you are just learning to, number one, trust yourself. You have this trust card with this love card here showing up in your next row. And I kind of feel like you're learning to just trust yourself and your intuition. It's like I think that maybe you've had a lot of lessons where you didn't trust yourself on a person and then you regretted it later. So it's almost like you've just learned to trust yourself now. And that's really all I get here. I would also be careful of energy vampires. So again, you have the Seven of Pentacles, which the Seven of Pentacles pretty much says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, is it worth it to invest with this person or that person? And you really have to pay attention to like where you're giving your energy with the Seven of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Wands. I kind of feel like this is just your energy. It doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel like this is how you are showing up in the reading. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength. I feel like you're very focused with this Queen of Wands. She has a sunflower here, and the sunflower points towards the sun. So it points towards her like desires, the things that she wants, things that make her feel enthusiastic, and she moves in those directions. She has to move towards things that bring her joy and happiness and enthusiasm. I think that it's no mistake that you end with the Page of Pentacles here, because again, the Page of Pentacles is kind of like a card of enthusiasm. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. So I feel for a lot of you, you could just be walking away from things. We basically already said this whole entire beginning of the reading. You're walking away from things that no longer serve you. This is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. And again, I am shooting this before the March eclipse that's happening on March 25th. There's also going to be another eclipse on April 8th. So for a lot of you, again, you could just be eclipsing things out of your life that no longer serve you. With the Devil, you have the the Queen of Pentacles. And sorry, I'm looking at too many cards at once today. But the Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness and being resourceful. Some of you could be attracting a Capricorn as well. Again, the Devil does not have to be a bad card. The Devil can be a good thing, and it can just say that, the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn, the Devil is Capricorn. You could just be attracting a Capricorn person. I would say that you're attracting someone who's very resourceful. I kind of feel like you're attracting a person who, it's like, I think that it's very clear that they say something and they do it. This person, I think they have a lot of evidence, and I believe that we're in a time of evidence. That's the only thing I would pay attention to as well, as far as like people, places, and things. It's like, someone can tell you something all day long, or even a situation like a job can present itself to you in a certain way, but maybe the evidence says wrong. It's like, I'm sure you've all had a job that sucked, right? Where you thought it was going to be good, but it really wasn't. And maybe if you paid attention to the evidence, you would have known that. And for whatever reason, I feel like this right here is kind of like saying, there is going to be evidence in one direction or the other, so make sure that you pay attention to the evidence. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Two of Swords, which you have twice here. I feel like I would encourage you to go places you've never been. She has this island behind her here on the Two of Swords, and that island, I always say, represents like a third place. She's thinking this or that, but really there's like another option behind her. And so I feel for a lot of you that if you are, if there's anything unique or new or different coming into your life at this time, I would try those like unique, different, unusual kind of things. Next, you have this love card and this trust card. I feel like there is new love coming in for you. I mean, you have the Ten of Cups. You go from the Ten of Cups down to the Page of Pentacles here. The Page of Pentacles clearly could be a new person. So I feel like you have to, open up to allow love into your life. The Ten of Swords could say that you dealt with a person who stabbed you in the back, and now you're having to like trust a new person, obviously. And I feel this is encouraging you to do that. Again, I think that when we get into trouble in relationships is we don't trust the evidence. I am convinced every single relationship I've been in, the person that I've been with, all those people, I'm not criticizing anyone that I've ever been with either, but every single one of them has told me exactly what was going to happen right up front. I just chose not to listen with most of them. And on top of that, I still tell people, it's like, so what if someone tells you something? I think we should still date. I don't regret dating any single person that I dated because they all taught me something. I had positive experiences with every single one of them. And it's like, what life would be so freaking boring if you just like said like, oh, this person told me that they did this to their ex, and so I probably shouldn't date them. People can change, of course. I truly do believe that. So I think it's worth giving people a chance. But again, I've had positive experiences with every single one of them, and I do not regret that, right? So I don't think we should like completely avoid people if they say like one weird thing to us, right? That's what I'm trying to say here. But obviously, if you get with a person and they're like, oh, I've cheated on every single one of my exes, obviously the evidence is not very good, right? So just pay attention. Obviously, if you meet a person and everything looks like it's in order in their life, then it's probably in order. Things are probably fine. And I feel like this is saying the only time you really have to worry is when you're not paying attention, right? When you're not listening to what people say, right? You have the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty, so, it can represent good things happening after a difficult period of time. I do feel that you are due for positive changes in regards to, like, the people that you're close with, family, friends, things like that. So there could be some improvements there. I also feel that you have the opportunity to date, like, a new person. So like I said, if you're looking for love, there definitely could be a very solid connection coming in for you here. You have the Ten of Swords. I do feel like some of you have to let go of the past here. Ten of Swords is something that's dead, done, over with. And it can also represent being stabbed in the back. So with the Devil, clearly you could have been stabbed in the back by a person. But the Ten of Swords, he's making this symbol right here with his hands, and it's the same symbol the Hierophant is making on his card, and it represents a blessing. So I actually look at the Ten of Swords as a blessing in disguise. And so I feel for some of you, you've been through a blessing in disguise, or you've been through, something difficult, but now there's a blessing coming in because of what you've been through, probably a good person coming in. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. You do go like this. You go up to the Eight of Swords here. This row here is the good stuff, so it's going to be good no matter what. But what I will say is that the Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. It says if all you're doing is working, then you're going to be stuck. So make sure that you're not just working. Make sure that you're taking time to enjoy yourself, to heal, to rest, relax, recover, all those other things. Make sure you're healing. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Emperor. You are definitely attracting an Emperor type person. You end with this Orphan card. It's coming up in the area of the good stuff. So I feel like maybe some of you are coming off of a connection where a person left you out in the cold and didn't support you, and it's like now you're finding support. I also feel this could be in work for some of you as well. Obviously, some of you are in positive relationships. Obviously, some of you don't want relationships. So if you don't want or already have a positive relationship, I feel like that Orphan card is more talking about like not feeling supported in work or business. And obviously it's coming up in the good stuff. So that would tell me that something is changing here. And you have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles would be like something new that you have learned that is supporting you. And again, I think you're taking action on whatever that is with the Emperor here. Obviously, if you want love, you could be attracting an Emperor into your life. And with the Ten of Swords, you have the Sun. Again, like I said, I think this is a good thing. I think that you are seeing how something was a blessing in disguise. If you lost a job and now you're getting a new one, clearly, or whatever, then I feel that you're seeing how it's a blessing. If you lost a person, same thing. I think you're seeing the blessing in the situation. The sun is the best card in the tarot. The sun makes the whole entire reading more positive. So, I feel for a lot of you that you're entering into a sun period. Again, I feel like the whole entire reading is just saying blessing in disguise. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Fool. You have the Fool twice here, and the Fool is about taking a leap of faith. The Fool would also be about starting a new journey. I'm going to show you on the big version just because it's easier to see, but he has these kind of like tattered, sleeves right here, and the tattered sleeves kind of represent the fact that he's been on this journey before. He has done something before, and he's about to do it again. And so I feel for some of you, I follow the Fool's journey in the tarot. In the tarot, we go from the Fool to the World. We go through the whole major arcana, and then we start all over again as the Fool. So I kind of feel like you're about to do. This is kind of saying to me that you're about to do something that you've done before again. And this could be a relationship, like I said, or something like that. And again, it would be much better than the last time. Next, you have this Hulk card. It says there's no money coming in or very slowly. I feel like I've definitely said this to you before. It says the experience is meant to bring your attention to something. I feel like you have been experiencing slow results. Like if you have a business or a side hustle or whatever, I feel like you just haven't been, it's like maybe you make a little bit or enough, but it's like not enough. It's not really like over that line of success. It's not like you're rolling in dough here. You know what I mean? It's like, I think it's always just enough, which I almost feel like is really more annoying than making nothing, right? It's like when you are always making just enough, it's kind of annoying. And I feel like that's what you've been dealing with and have been experiencing. I do feel that this is the year that your whatever is going on in your finances is going to change. So I wouldn't really worry about it. You have this card that says limiting beliefs are limiting your abundance. So definitely needing to let go of your limiting beliefs. This card, I love this card. It's the Rebel card. It says system buster, entrepreneur, or teaching others a better way. You're a trailblazer meant to pave the way for future generations. Yes, don't be afraid to be a trailblazer. Don't be afraid to do things in your own unique way. I think that's what will lead to the most success for you here, Sag. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Fool. The Seven of Pentacles is obviously a change in direction. So I do feel like there could be a big change in direction coming in for you, especially in your finances. He's looking at those pentacles and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? He's wondering if it's worth it to put the effort into those pentacles, into growing the pentacles, or is there a better way to do things? And so I feel a lot of you could be trying to decide that. You have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking. So again, I feel that sometimes the Two of Swords just says there's a better way to do what you're doing right here. And I personally believe that the Two of Swords is the card of third place solutions. I always say I believe third place solutions are going to save the world. And third place solutions are everybody thinks this or that to every single problem that exists. But a third place solution is something totally different that no one's ever thought of before. And, again, if you have any ideas, especially in your business, your career, or whatever, it's like coming up with other ways of doing things is probably going to be the thing that makes you very successful. You have the Fool. And the Fool, I feel, is saying, like, take the risk. So if you come up with a unique idea for your business, I would take the leap of faith to make it happen. If you come up with a different way of, having a relationship, take a risk, see what happens. If you are attracting a person who is, like, different than your usual type, take the risk, see what happens, right? So let's see. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands. 2 sevens, to me, represents internal fears that don't exist. So I definitely feel that it would be a good time to let go of your fears here. Seven of Wands, though, is a card of conviction, and it says when you know that you're going to be successful doing something, that's when you are truly successful. So I feel like you need to believe in yourself here. With the Two of Swords, you have the Knight of Cups. Knight in Shining Armor coming in for you. I told you that going this way, definitely a very strong connection coming in for you. This is like a new type of person. I really feel this is a person that... it's kind of funny because I feel like this is the type of person that people might be surprised that you're with. Like, maybe you have a type and this person is like the total opposite or just very different. So if you want love, definitely a Knight in Shining Armor. With the Fool, you have the Five of Cups. I think we all have to let go of the way things used to be, is really what it is. I kind of feel this is more a collective vibe, collective energy that's going on right now. I think we all are maybe holding on a little bit too tightly to the way things used to be, these 3 cups here. But it's like things are changing. And there are these 2 cups here that lead to this bridge and this castle. So I feel like, the Five of Cups is about, he has lost his taste for wine and he's grieving the loss of this wine right here. But the whole point is that there's something better behind him, these 2 cups and this bridge and this castle. So he needs to let go of his sadness for the loss of his taste for wine. And he needs to realize that there's something better, in the future, there's something better behind him. And, I feel for a lot of you that this is about needing to, I think collectively, we need to let go of our old story and just begin the new story. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Observer card and this Orphaned card. So I feel for a lot of you that, again, showing up in the good stuff, I feel you're attracting a person who is not going to leave you out in the cold, but I also just feel like you're kind of coming out of the cold in general. I also feel that you're paying attention to the right things with the Observer card. It's like you're no longer missing things, and I feel that that is obviously a good thing. You have the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. The 8 of Swords in the area of the good stuff would say that you are being more flexible, which I think we all need to be more flexible. Literally at the end of 2022, I think it was. I don't remember. We had that eclipse in Taurus, right? We had the Taurus eclipse and the Scorpio eclipse. I think that was the end of 2022. I don't really remember off the top of my head. It might have been or something like that, but doesn't matter. The whole point is I think both of that set of eclipses back then was like the beginning of teaching people how to be more flexible, how to, look for other ways of doing things, how to, be willing to experiment and innovate and all that other stuff. And so I feel like you're just finding better ways of doing things. You have the 9 of Swords, and again, obviously the 9 of Swords and the good stuff would be a good thing. You are bringing an end to a toxic cycle. 9 of Swords is like a never-ending nightmare, so I feel if there is some sort of nightmare or a story that's repeating, this doesn't have to be that big of a deal. Again, this could just be a story that repeats in your life, and it could just be something that you want to change. I feel like you are creating the change is what that card is saying. You also have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is something new. This could be a new person, number one, and I do feel that there could be communication coming in from between you and a new person. I also feel that for some of you that this could just be good news that's coming in for you. The Page of Pentacles can sometimes just represent receiving good news or hearing good news. So there you go. I also feel something about a job here. Again, for those of you that are looking for a job or looking for a new position, there seems to be something new that's probably better that's coming in for you here. So there you go. With the 8 of Swords, you have the Star. Definitely healing. You have the Sun and the Star, by the way. And whenever I have the Sun and the Star together in a reading, to me that represents fame and fortune. It doesn't mean you're going to become famous, but it does mean that you could be getting a lot of attention. Or if you're not getting attention, you should be getting attention, right? So I think anything you can do to stand out, to get attention, to get noticed will be very successful for you. With the 9 of Swords, you have the Justice card. Justice is karmic justice, especially in the area of the good stuff with that 9 of Swords. So I kind of feel like some of you are getting karmic justice. I actually did not think this reading was going to go in that direction, but sure, it's like you've been through some difficulties and challenges, and now you're getting karmic justice. I think also it's important that you believe in the impossible right now. You have the Star. The Star is about believing in the impossible. I feel like the Justice card is saying take the steps towards the impossible. The reason the Star represents that is that she's pouring water from the pool of universal consciousness right here onto the earth. And it basically represents that what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. So, and we are in a time of the impossible. I say this all the time, but we have Neptune in Pisces and Saturn in Pisces. Neptune in Pisces, big impossible dream. Saturn in Pisces, get your ass moving and you will be successful. So, if there was ever a time where you could accomplish something that seems really, really hard, or that seems difficult, or if there was ever time you could accomplish your wildest dreams, now is the time. You're going to have to put the work in. It's not going to be easy, but now is the time. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Page of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this is like 2 kids here. You could be attracting a very childlike connection, you and another person here. Definitely could be an earth sign or a person who has a lot of earth in their chart as well. We're going to pull 5 main themes here, Sag, and see You have this excitement card. I think you should be excited. There's clearly a lot of good things coming in for you. You have the sun, the star. I mean, really positive. The Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty. Justice card, karmic justice, like karmic rewards. So really, really good. You have this domination card here. I would be careful of anyone who's like trying to dominate situations. I would avoid those types of people with that card. Next, you have this adaptability card. Everyone's had this card. So, like I was saying, it's funny that I brought up those eclipses. I think we're in a time where we have to be flexible, adaptable, and, try to do things in the best ways possible. So there you go. You have this enthusiasm card. This is your card, Sun and Sag. So I think there's a lot of reason for you to be excited, enthusiastic. Again, Sun and the star is enthusiasm, excitement, being excited. But we have to move towards our excitement as well. So if something is intriguing you, exciting you, getting your attention, that's what I would be working on here. I know that's a very broad statement, but like any ideas you have, any goals you have that excite you, I would be working on those things. You have this enterprise card as well. Again, business is changing for you. I mean, to me, it's very obvious just based off of your astrology that it could be a very good business year. If you have like a side hustle, side business, a business, even if you don't, even just where you work, your career, your business, the business you work for, there could be a lot of improvements in that area of your life. And so anything you can do to be more enterprising could increase your earnings. But this looks really, really good here, Sag. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your quarter.